I legit don't have anything ready right now. There's no lights. I don't know. I need to just talk. I need to talk. Because I can't believe this just happened. What's wrong with people? Let me just set up really quick for y'all. I just needed to start recording as soon as possible because this shit is weighing heavy on my heart, okay? I hope the lighting is good enough. It looks good. Okay, let me talk. Let me explain to y'all really quick what just happened today, right now, at the doctor's office. Okay, literally that was not planned at all, but I just got my Scentbird monthly subscription in the mail just now. You heard the doorbell ring. So I might as well tell you guys about Scentbird and why I love it so much. And we could smell my scents together really quick before I talk about what happened today. If you're a lover of perfume or you're just getting into perfume or you like to smell different on a daily like myself, Scentbird is a perfect subscription for you. It's a monthly subscription where they send you luxury high-end designer perfumes in travel size bottles. So like this, which is perfect if you don't want to buy a full bottle of luxury perfume. You can get these cute travel sizes. You get a good amount of perfume in them, honestly. Easy to keep with you in your car, in your purse, in your pocket, it doesn't matter. It's a perfect way to discover new perfumes, which is how I've been using Scentbird. You guys know I have a lot of perfumes and I love perfumes. So every time I go on Scentbird and I see a new perfume pop up or a perfume I never heard about, those are the perfumes I pick for my monthly subscription. So I try new designer perfumes every month for only $16 a month. And every month you get to pick which perfume you want, so there's no surprises. And not only do they have perfumes, they also have colognes for your boyfriend, your husband, your friend, whatever the case may be. Each perfume has a 30-day supply, so you can see if you really love the perfume before you decide to buy the full bottle. And if you're confused on what to get, they have a quiz on their website which can help you pick the fragrance that is right for you. And their catalog is constantly growing. Anyways, this month I picked 3 fragrances that I've never heard of before. I think it's called Lavanila, Pure Vanilla. You get these cards that help you see the notes of the perfume and all of that. Alexander McQueen, I've been excited for this. Alexander McQueen et Blanche, I think it's pronounced. I can't wait to smell this one. And Skylar Fall Cashmere. I thought the notes on this was crazy, so I wanted to see what it smelled like. The notes are roasted almond, cinnamon bark, and spiced ginger. I just know that smells like fall. So the first perfume I'm gonna smell is Skylar Fall Cashmere. That's the one I was just talking about. This is gonna be a weird scent, I could just tell. Oh my gosh. Okay, that smells like a pumpkin latte. This is like a pumpkin spice perfume. What? That's so weird. It's so weird, but it smells so good. Like, that's crazy. Then we got Alexander McQueen. Oh, that is elegant and beautiful. That is gorgeous. See, I might buy the full bottle of this because this smells like me. And then last we have Lavanila Pure Vanilla. And obviously this is gonna smell like vanilla. Oh, that's a beautiful vanilla. That's not like childish. It's not too sweet. It's very sexy. I might get the full bottle of this one too. If you want to try out Scentbird for yourself, the link is in the description box down below and all the information as well. Make sure you use my coupon code right here to save 30% off of your subscription, which would make your subscription just $11 for the first month. Also, exciting news for those of you who used to DM me and be like, Paris, Scentbird is not available in Canada. It is now. Scentbird is available in Canada today. So to all my Canadians out there, we lit. We lit. Scentbird is here. Thank you so much to Scentbird for sponsoring today's video. I literally was not gonna put Scentbird in today's video because today's video is very spontaneous. Very spontaneous. But Mailman came, Scentbird came. Why not put you guys on while it's already here? Maybe if I spray myself, I'll be in a better mood. Which one is this? McQueen. I knew it. I knew it. Cheers. Hey, I'm HeyParis, yada 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 intro. Okay, whatever. So I go to the doctor's office today because, bitch, I'm sick. I'm not really sick, but I have this little bump under my armpit. I feel like it's like an ingrown hair and like it got infected or something. Like, I don't know. Too much information. Who cares why I was at the doctor, okay? But I was at the doctor trying to get some pills to get this little bump to go down or whatever. And the weirdest shit happened. Like, I need to tell you guys from the time I walked in to the time that I walked out. And, like, let me just talk. I'm gonna ramble if I don't just start the story right now. The lighting's a little off because I really don't have the time or patience to set up my lighting correctly. So I'm dark on this side, light on this side. let it go. Okay, so I go to the doctor's office. Everything is normal. Everything is dandy. Everything is great. Obviously, with COVID, I have to go by myself. I can't go with my husband because I don't know if this is happening all over the world, but like you can't have visitors or guests in a doctor's office or a hospital or any of that. You have to go by yourself. No kids, no spouses, no parents. You gotta go alone. Well, shoot, I mean, maybe parents. Maybe parents are probably allowed. I don't know. I'm not a kid. But, so I go down, you know, I check in, give him my health card, whatever, sit down on my phone, just minding my business. This lady comes in and she has 3 little girls with her. Ages about, I want to say like 7 to 14. Youngest being 7, oldest being like 14. Automatically, I assume they're her daughters, although they do not look anything like her. But again, I'm gonna mind my business. It doesn't matter if you don't look like your kids or not. They're your kids. That's what I'm thinking. I'm just automatically assuming these are your children, okay? Because they're coming in here with you. So I'm literally not paying attention to these people at all. I'm in my phone, like deep within the grams of Instagram, not hearing anything, not noticing anything until I hear more than a commotion. Like more than a commotion. I honestly was not paying attention prior to hearing the commotion, so all I heard was what I'm about to tell you next. The woman is saying something along the lines of, and listen to the words that I'm saying to you very carefully so that you understand my concern, okay? She says something along the lines of, so what the fuck do you want me to do with these children? What do you want me to do with these kids? I don't have anyone who could babysit them. I need to go to the doctor. That's why I'm here. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Like, she's loud. She's doing all of that. Like, she's doing all of that. She's doing the most. And the lady at the reception is being so calm and so kind and so nice. And I don't know how she did it. I don't know. Because I would have been right back up in her face just like this. What do you mean? And the reception is basically just saying, ma'am, when you call the doctor's office, there's an automated message that tells you that you cannot bring any guests, you cannot bring any children, any spouses. So we expect that our patients know this beforehand so that they can like schedule something or someone to watch their children while they're getting their appointments, okay? And she's not wrong, because when I call my doctor's office, I can't even talk to someone directly at first. I have to hear that automated message that says what it says, and then I can talk to the reception and book my appointment. Reception goes on to say there's also a note at the front door and there's a note right here. So there's like a glass thing and the note is right there. No guests allowed. Patients only. Like, you were warned 3 times at this point. Three times. Don't bring nobody. Just bring your body. Okay, so her voice just keeps getting louder and louder, and she's basically repeating herself over and over again. What do you want me to do with these kids? These kids, not my kids, not my daughters, but these kids. I'm sick, that's why I'm here. I need to talk to the doctor. You're making this more difficult than it is. There's only 3 people in the waiting room. What is the big deal? Yada, yada, yada. And I get it. Like, I completely understand, because I don't understand what the big deal is for, like, Cameron to come and wait for me at the doctor's office, or a friend of mine, or my mom. Like, I don't get the big deal, because as long as we're following COVID protocol, it shouldn't be an issue. But rules are rules. All you gotta do is follow them. So reception starts saying, okay, it seems like you're very irate. You're causing a disturbance. You need to leave. It's time for you to go. Like, I'm not booking your appointment. You're not seeing the doctor. You gots to bounce. Again, arguing back and forth until they decide, you know what, the girls can stay in the hallway. So outside of the actual doctor's office, in the hallway, because it's like a building of different doctor offices, dentists, and stuff like that. So you guys can stay in the hallway, but they can't come inside. And the woman's like, how easy was that? How easy was it for you to come up with a conclusion? As simple as that. All this bickering back and forth with me was unnecessary. All you had to do is tell me that they need to be outside of the doctor's office. Do you think I care where they sit? Do you think I care about their comforts? And I was like, you don't care? Why you don't care? All I was thinking in my head is, like, I get that you're upset, but no loving mother would say that they don't care about the comfort of their children. No loving mother would say they don't care where they're, you get what I'm saying? Like, it was a little odd to me, but still, it didn't like spark anything in my mind where I was like, something's up. You know what I mean? Anyways, continuing. The girls are outside of the doctor's office, and before my name gets called for me to go in to see the doctor, the youngest little girl, who's like maybe 6 or 7 years old, 6, 7, 8, I don't know. I'm not good with ages, okay? But she's young. She goes up to her mother, her mom, and she's like, am I allowed to drink yet? And that caught my attention, because I was like, allowed? Are you allowed to Drink? An essential part of daily living in order to be a healthy, functional human being? What are you talking about aloud? And the mother or the woman is like, get the fuck out of my face right now. Get the fuck out of my face. Get out now. Get out. Go back out there. Talking to her with her lips clenched so that nobody could see what she's saying, but I could hear you. I'm right here. Hey. This woman is probably sitting like maybe 2 or 3 seats to my right. So I could see the little girl's face and like tears are filling up in her eyes and she looks really, really sad. And I just need to mention this. They looked very unkept, very, is the word unhygienic? Like they did not look put together. I don't expect people to wake up and make their daughters or their children look spectacular to go to the doctor's office. But like the way that they looked was very unacceptable. Like to be seen like that in public, very, very unacceptable. And I sometimes go to Walmart in pajamas. So if I'm saying something's unacceptable, like I'm talking about stains on their shirts, look like you are not hygienic, look like you might have an odor. And I'm trying to be nice because these are children. So it's not even their fault at the end of the day. Whoever their caregiver is, it's their fault because mama or whoever this lady was, she was dressed to the T's. I'm talking Gucci handbag and everything. So in my eyes, I'm like, why are your children not reflecting your lifestyle and how you're living? Because you look good. You look absolutely fine. Why does it look like they've been dumpster diving? It doesn't add up. It makes me uncomfortable. But moving on. I can see tears filling up in her eyes. And she was about to walk out, but then she turned back around and she said, please, I'm really, really thirsty. Please, please, I'm really thirsty. Like at this point, like pleading with this woman, can I have something to drink? Can I have something to drink, please? And the woman's like, go now. This time she's not hiding how she feels or anything. She's angry that this little girl is thirsty. The little girl calls the lady by her first name, Andrea. If you know Andrea and this sounds familiar to you, it's probably her, okay? Because you will know who your friends are or who your family is. But if this sounds like the Andrea you know, please page her for me, okay? So the little girl looks at her and she says, please, Andrea, there's a vending machine in the hallway and water's only $1.50, please. We're gonna start calling her by her first name now and stop calling her that lady, okay? So Andrea stood up, grabbed this little girl by her arm, brought her in the hallway, and you could hear her whisper screaming. You ever heard somebody whisper scream before? Where it's like, how many times do I have to tell you not to fucking do that? Sit down, you're embarrassing me. What is your problem? What is it? You're not getting anything to drink. You know those ones? So my name gets called, I go to my doctor. We talk for maybe 20 minutes or something like that. And as I'm coming out of the doctor's office, one of the other little girls were inside of the doctor's office. I don't know what she was doing, but the secretary said to her, hey honey, didn't your mommy say to wait for her in the hallway? And the little girl, she's like the oldest one. So she looks like she's maybe like 13, 14 years old, maybe 15. She turns to the receptionist and she's like, that is not my mom. And then walks out. And I felt 2 types of ways. I was like, how are we supposed to know that's not your mom, little girl? Little girl, how are we supposed to know that's not your mama? I mean, other than the fact that they look nothing alike, they're 2 completely different races. But like, how are we supposed to know you didn't have to give the receptionist attitude like that? And then 2, I'm like, she was really upset that the receptionist called this woman her mother. Like, I wonder what the relation is. That's just my thoughts. But at this point, I'm leaving. I'm dipping out the doctor's office. None of my business. I gotta go. Now, some may agree or disagree with what I did next, but this is just literally the person I am. And I don't regret doing what I'm about to tell you I did. I don't care. Being dead serious, I do not care. When I went in the hallway to go in the elevator to go downstairs to the pharmacy to pick up my medication, the first little girl who was crying that she was thirsty was actually crying on the ground. Mind you, when I came out of the doctor's office, her mom or whoever that lady was is now talking to a doctor. So the kids are in the hallway by themselves. Andrea is not in the waiting room anymore. She's in there with the doctor. All 3 of the little girls are sitting in the hallway on the dirty, nasty, disgusting floor like this. And the one little girl is like this. And she's crying real tears. And y'all know me, like I just have sympathy, I just have empathy, I just be sad for people I've never met in my life. Especially children, especially little girls, okay? There's just something about seeing a child cry or seeing a child sad that just touches me in a different way, okay? So As I'm going to the elevator, I press the elevator button and I look at her and I'm like, what's wrong? Why are you crying? She looked up to me and she's like, I'm just really thirsty. And I'm like, shit, you gotta be some different type of thirsty if you crying about being thirsty. Like if you're crying about wanting to drink some damn water, you gotta be dehydrated or something. And we live in Canada, so there is no reason for anybody to be that thirsty to the point where they're crying. Do you feel me? So the vending machine is in the hallway, and me being me, I said to her, I'm like, do you want something from the vending machine? I'll get it for you. She got up so quick and she's like, yes, please, thank you, please, please, please. So we go up to the vending machine together. The two other girls, they were just watching. They didn't say anything or anything. They're just watching me. But me and her went up to the vending machine and I said, what do you want? Vending machine is in the hallway. It's right beside the elevator. I'm like, what in the vending machine do you want? She could have asked for a Pepsi. She could have asked for a Mountain Dew. She could have asked for a Dr. Pepper. She could have asked for a crushed cream soda. She could have asked for Sprite, for ginger ale. This little girl wanted water. W-A-T-E-R. She wanted water. I don't think there is a child in the world who would choose water over soda. She wanted water. It's not that big of a deal. Now, to be honest, I could have got her a soda, or I would have got her a soda if she asked me for a soda. I'm going to be real completely honest with you. But after I thought about it, it could have been as simple as maybe she's not allowed to drink soda. Maybe she isn't allowed to be rewarded with soda for whatever reason. But this was water. This was water. The liquid that God gave us to hydrate our bodies. It is our God-given right to consume and drink water. Okay, so she said she wanted a water. I boop, boop, boop. Water came out. I said, here you go. She's like, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Immediately opened up the water and started gulping it down. I closed my purse, put it in my bag, and headed on to the pharmacy, okay? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. I allowed this little girl to drink her water. She's no longer thirsty. The water was only $1.50. Like, I don't see the issue. I don't see the issue. If you do, go get a tissue. Like, you feel me? And if her sisters or whoever those little girls were to her were to ask me for water or soda too, I would have got it for them too, but they didn't say anything. They didn't ask me. It was only that little girl who was crying, and she looked like she really wanted some damn water. So I'm gonna give it to you. Anyways, I go down to the pharmacy. I'm in the line for the pharmacy. There is an old lady at the front of the pharmacy. She is confused. That little old lady was very confused. I don't know what was going on. I don't know what was happening, but I was standing in that pharmacy line with only 2 people in front of me for like maybe 15 minutes. No exaggeration. I don't know if it was a language barrier or what was going on, but the pharmacist was trying their hardest to explain something to the little old lady. She wasn't getting it. At this point, I've been in the pharmacy line with only 2 people in front of me for at least 20 minutes. I said, you know what? Let me see if Shoppers Drug Mart has this medication, because I'm tired of waiting in this line. At that very moment where I decide I'm not waiting in this pharmacy line anymore, that woman Andrea, and that's her real name, by the way. That's what the little girl called her, Andrea. So, hey Andrea. Andrea and those 3 little girls come downstairs, and Andrea looks livid. Like, so as I'm leaving the pharmacy, y'all know those like, what do they call it? Like a sphere mirror. It's like this little half ball that's on top of some stores. It's like an old school thing, because the pharmacy I go to under my doctor's office is very, very old. But like, it's like half of a ball, and it's a mirror, and it's for security purposes so that the security camera can see like all angles of wherever it's pointing. You guys know what I'm talking about? I could hear Andrea like cussing the little girls or the little girl, I don't know who. So as I'm walking out, I'm looking at that sphere thing, and I see them walking towards the pharmacy line. And I'm like, let me go. Let me go. As I open the door to leave the pharmacy, I hear, you. And I'm like, she couldn't be talking about me. So I'm gonna keep walking, because don't nobody address me as you. If you don't know somebody's name, you say, excuse me. You say, ma'am. You say, Mrs. But I am not you. I am not debuting in season 3 on Netflix. I am not you. I'm not. So when she said you, literally, in my mind, I was like, if she's talking about me, she's very brave. But I'm not responding to you. Disrespectful. So as I'm walking to my car, I hear someone keep saying, you. And I'm like, not me. I'm not turning around. I'm not acknowledging that. But at this point, I know that she's trying to get my attention. Pick another word. You was not gonna cut it. Then I hear like footsteps approaching me from behind, like as if they're jogging or something, which gave me flashbacks and triggers of that one time I was in school and the whole school tried to fight us. I have a story time on that if you haven't seen it on my channel, but it brought me right back to that situation because it was the same eerie feeling where I was like, honestly, I was like, she might punch me in the back of my head because I gave her daughter water. I don't know, but it just brought me back to high school, okay? So in my head, I'm like, I'm not about to get sucker punched for being nice to a little girl, so let me turn around. I turn around, she looks me dead in my eye, and she's like, did I give you permission to give this kid water? Did I tell you it's okay to give this kid water? So I looked at her with a smile on my face, because I'm like, let me be condescending and let me like annoy her a little with my beautiful smile. And I said, oh, she said she was really thirsty, so I just grabbed her water. It's not a big deal. It was only $1.50. She's like, you don't think I know it's $1.50? If I wanted to give her water, I would have gave her water myself. I have money. You see what I'm wearing? Do you see what I'm rocking? Do you know how much this bag costs? $1.50 ain't shit to me, honey. And I couldn't help but laugh because I was like, what are you talking about? What does your bag have to do with the fact that this little girl's thirsty and you don't want to get her a water? Where's the correlation? I'd love to know. So I said again with a smile on my face, oh, since you have so much money, why couldn't you just buy her water? She said she was really thirsty. The 3 little girls are standing behind her just quiet, just like not even looking at me, not looking at her, just looking at the ground. Like they knew exactly what to do in a confrontation. She goes, cause this little pain in the ass doesn't deserve anything. She turns around and looks at that little girl that was crying and she says, if you can't finish your breakfast in the morning, you don't deserve anything to drink. What? Bitch, it's almost 3 p.m. What are you talking? So you're telling me this little girl, You're telling me this little girl had nothing to drink since the morning. Are you serious? Then she looks back at me and she says, you discipline your children the way you want to discipline your children, but these foster kids do what I tell them to. So if I tell her she can't drink anything and that includes water, she's not drinking anything. So when she said foster kids, first of all, I don't think it's right to, take in a foster child and then call them a foster child. I think that's degrading. That's just me though. Like to say that in their face is so rude and disrespectful to me. So I said to her, maybe you shouldn't be a foster mother if you cannot take care of these children correctly, because water is essential for all of us. And if she's saying that she's thirsty and her choice of drink is water, she must really be thirsty. I don't know what happened during breakfast. I don't know. I don't care. This is a little child who is crying real tears because she is thirsty. I'm gonna give her something to drink. I'm going to give her something to drink. I don't care if that's my foster child or not. And then I said, and by the way, I ain't got no kids, but if I did, I would not treat them the way that you treat these young ladies, okay? She looks at me and she's like, next time, mind your fucking business. So I looked at her and I was like, I hope you never foster another child again because you are not capable of doing so correctly. We're wearing masks, okay? But she came this close to my face, literally, as if I was one of her children. As if I was a child. She's probably she looks like she's maybe 37 years old or something, okay? I'm not your kid. I'm not your child. I'm not gonna allow you to stand in my face and talk to me like I'm fucking 12 years old. But she gets in my face and she's like, these 3 kids make me more money than you'll ever see in your lifetime. And I was immediately disgusted. Like, y'all don't get it. I was disgusted because I had friends who were in the foster care system when I grew up. I know how some of their foster parents treated them. I know the trauma that they've been through. And to have someone stand in my face and admit that the only reason that they're fostering these kids is for a paycheck, it blew my fucking mind. But at the same, I was so conflicted, guys. Let me explain to you why. I was so conflicted because I had this one friend growing up who was in and out of the foster care system and life was really tough for her. I don't talk to her anymore. I hope to God she's doing well and things are amazing with her. But she moved. I don't talk to her anymore. I lost connection with her, okay? But her life was hard. Her life was really hard. And just hearing the things that she would tell me used to break my heart even as a child. And I remember her always being so sad when she had to move houses or when CPS would come and get her and stuff like that. So at this point, I'm like, I don't know what to do. This woman obviously does not need to be the primary guardian of these children. But what do? I don't want to call CPS and have them go through some shit, and it's my fault that they're going through some shit, because I don't know what their living conditions are with this woman. Obviously, it doesn't look like it's good. I get that. It doesn't look like it's good, but I also just do not feel comfortable calling CPS because of the stories that I've heard from my friend. And that's the only thing that was going on through my mind. But at the same time, I'm like, this woman does not need to have these children in her custody. So in that exact moment, I'm like, I'm just gonna let it go. I'm just gonna get in my car. I'm just gonna drive off and pray for the best for these 3 little girls, okay? But as I'm turning around to walk away, this Andrea woman, which by the way, if you're watching this and you're like, could it be the Andrea I'm talking about? She drives a red Volkswagen. I don't know if that's gonna help anybody, but if this sounds like the bitch that I'm talking about and she drives a red Volkswagen, it's probably her, okay? As I'm walking away and turning around to go into my car, she says to the little girl who was crying, like literally gets down to her eye level and says to her in her face, this bitch, meaning me, I'm this bitch just made it so much worse for you when we get home. That did not sit right with me. That right there did not sit right with me. I was like, I cannot go home and continue living my life knowing that I probably put this little girl in danger because I gave her water to drink because she was thirsty. Like all of that over some water? Are we dead ass serious right now? I was like, I have to do something. I can't just go home. I cannot just go home. So as we're getting in the car, I'm knocking on the window. I'm trying to get her attention. She's ignoring me. She's not saying anything. She's not looking at me. I'm trying to get her attention to be like, yo, I'm calling CPS. I'm calling the police. I'm like, I have to do something. So I'm just trying to get her to stay in the scene so I could call the police or someone so that they can investigate this whole situation, because it didn't sit right with me. It didn't sit right in my stomach, in my heart. I felt so uneasy. But she was ignoring me, like completely ignoring me. So the next thing I thought was just take a picture of her license plate. If she doesn't want to stay in the scene, if she doesn't want to talk to you, if she doesn't want to wait for the police or whatever the case may be, take a picture of her license plate and report her that way. So I took a picture of her license plate, and as I'm taking the picture, she's trying to reverse on me. She didn't hit me or anything, but the reverse light is on and she could obviously see me behind her. So I moved out of the way. I'm not going to get hurt or injured over no stupid bitch. I'm not going to do that, okay? Immediately on my way home, she's gone, left with the kids. Immediately on my way home, I stopped at the police station by myself, which, like, if you guys know me, I'm socially awkward. I don't like to do that shit by myself. I don't like to go to the mall by myself. I don't like to walk around by myself. So me going to the police station by myself, you have to know and realize that I didn't feel right, and this was my time to be like, I need to step out of my comfort zone because I cannot go all the way home, ask Cameron to come back with me to go make this police report. You know what I mean? So I went to the police station. I gave them the license plate. I made the report, told them everything that's happened, basically. I also told them that I felt like they were being neglected. They looked very dirty, unhygienic. Their hair wasn't combed. They were wearing dirty, old, raggedy clothes. The woman said that she's only doing it for a check. She said that the little girl's gonna have it worse because of me, which to me equals she's gonna be physically abusive. That's how I feel. I don't know what that means, but to me that means physically abusive. If not physically abusive, she's not eating dinner tonight or something like that. But like, child neglect is 100% within this situation, you know what I mean? So I told the police everything I needed to tell the police. They did a report. They took down my information. They took down her license plate, and they said they're going to basically start an investigation and see if they could find her and interview her, whatever the case may be. But this is Toronto police. Is anything gonna happen? I don't know. Will they update me on what happens to her? I don't know. We have to sit down, sit back, and wait to see if anyone ever contacts us, because anytime I've ever made a police report about anything, I've never heard back from them. So I could only pray for these little girls, pray for their safety, pray that they find a loving home, and pray that karma gives Andrea a visit very, very soon. I'm literally traumatized. Like, I feel like, should I just next time mind my business, or maybe the police is gonna do something and I saved a couple little girls? Like, I don't know. I feel so uneasy though. But I had to come home and tell you guys about what just happened because I can't believe it. Like, I can't believe people like that still exist in 2021. All of the ways that you can make money, and you're fostering children not out of the kindness of your heart, but because they give you a check, the government gives you a check. That's crazy. And you're walking around with a Gucci bag while they're looking like, I don't even know what. Like, that's insane. That's absolutely insane. Anyways, guys, leave a comment down below and let me know your thoughts. I mean, I did what I did, and I did what I thought was the best thing to do, but let me know what you think I should have done if you don't think I did the right thing. I'm very conflicted, honestly. I'm very conflicted and very confused, and I just pray that the police get back to me. If I don't hear back from them within, I'm gonna give them a week, I'm gonna go back to the station by myself and ask for an update, because that's crazy. And I'm not gonna be able to sleep well tonight, and that's the God honest truth. Anyways, follow me on Instagram, TikTok, all that, description box down below, you know what it is. Love you guys, see you in the next one. Like, fucking hell.